Hi, Mickey from Flipping Spain. And today I want to talk just a little bit about some resources I'm using to learn Spanish, particularly Spanish for construction. Now, basic Spanish. I grew up in California and I have spent a fair amount of time in places like Argentina and in Spain. And I've also worked in construction. So I'm a little bit appalled that my Spanish is not better than it is. But it's so hard to make the effort when you're not submersed and surrounded by it every day. So that's one thing I'm really looking forward to about getting to Spain. However, I am nervous about even just looking at properties if I can't find someone who speaks the level of English that I need in order to understand complicated or legal issues, then I'm really going to be struggling. And I don't want to postpone doing a project for this reason. So I'm trying to do my homework as best I can. And I just wanted to share a few of the resources that I've found. So for basic Spanish, like I said, until I'm submersed, it's going to be really hard to improve. But I can tune my ear by watching Spanish movies on Netflix or listening to Spanish music. Being able to identify words in rapid Spanish, which it's always rapid, trust me, is really key. So just by watching those things and sort of tuning my ear, I'm already putting myself ahead of the game. I did find this channel on YouTube. The narration voice, which I'm guessing is not a real human being, is slightly creepy sounding at times, but the repetition and the fact that they use visuals is super helpful just for improving your ability to hear and understand, or at least pick out words that you know.
Trabajaban en el aeropuerto y les encantaba.
Just doing a search for construction Spanish, I was surprised at how few well-structured resources there are out there. Maybe that's an idea for a business down the line. But if you dig for them, you can find some good YouTube videos. This one here, Construction Spanish.
Welcome to lessons 1 and 2 of Construction Spanish.
It's pretty basic, and it's not much better than having flashcards, but at least you don't have to put it together. So I quite like this. There's only 4 lessons, sadly, but they do cover things like tools and then directions and things like time references that would come up on a daily basis on a job site. But be warned, there are some what I hope are tongue-in-cheek videos out there. But when you actually start listening to them, like I thought, oh, this looks fantastic, you really have to be careful that they're giving you good information and that you're not picking up a bad accent. So not to call this guy out, but I just had to share.
Lesson 1 on construction Spanish. That is the escalera that goes up to the attico.
Escalera.
All these walls, this is el bordo, and each one of these are made out of studs.
Now, I could be wrong, but I'm guessing that the workers that are working with this guy are using Spanglish and not actually Spanish. I don't think a stud is a stud, but we'll find out. What you can do, and this is a little trick I found, is to use videos that are teaching English for construction to native Spanish speakers. And I think this is actually more beneficial to me because the bulk of the video is in Spanish. So I'm listening to Spanish, seeing how much I can understand of the video, and then I'm learning specific construction. Because if they're giving the word in Spanish and the word in English, it doesn't really matter which way they're translating.
Palabra de este vocabulario para lo que es la industria de la construcción. Y el siguiente es warehouse.
When I was searching, I also found this channel by Bradley Hartman and Co. And they have an actual Spanish course. Now, the course itself is not on YouTube. They're trying to, I think they're selling to, bigger corporations and stuff, but they really focus on communication and they focus on both English and Spanish. So they do have some really helpful shorts, like they've got one on learning safety Spanish, one on just learning paint. Time and schedule is such an important thing. So these I'm looking forward to going through. Now, these videos are probably going to teach me proper Spanish, which is super useful and very important. However, there's proper Spanish and there's real Spanish, especially on a job site. So I did come across some shorts that teach real Spanish, and here's one for you.
When we say here in the job site, llega tu papa, it's because one of the bosses are approaching. So we have to pretend that we are working.
I love that. All right, well, that was my quick roundup of some resources that I've found online in order to learn construction Spanish and just improve my Spanish in general. Hopefully, I'll be making some videos in Spanish, but give me a few months on that one. Hasta luego, and I'll see you in the next video.